What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are back with another seasonal championship, this time the big leagues, which is the cross-country one. I know a lot of people enjoy the SUVs for cross-country and a lot of people like SUVs, but I just can't make myself use any of those. The Ford is pretty cool for off-roading, but these three I'll pass, and the Megane is, I don't know. I prefer the Lancer between those. But I prefer the light and nimble cars anyway, so it was clear that it would come down to the Megane or the Lancer on this one. Not a big fan of the SUVs, as you might be aware. I will post the tune in the description. It is an off-road based one, but still decently powerful. I considered going for a road tune, but that is a bit too risky in my opinion, and unnecessary. I considered going for a more raw acceleration type of tune, because obviously cross-country doesn't need much top speed, but especially this bit in the first race is where you make up a lot of ground, and you certainly want to have some power here and some top speed. That could have gone very wrong. But yeah, this is where you want to take the lead, and then you can just manage it from there, hopefully. There are tunes with lower top speed, lower acceleration, better handling, but in my opinion this handles well enough, so I certainly recommend the tune. I just hope I don't eat my words. Well, at least we're just as incompetent as I am. We are having a pretty good first race, but then again the first race is not really representative of the championship, because the first race, well, as you could see, you can already get into the lead after the first long straight, if you don't completely blow or mess up. I mean, you can blow it and just throw your car into a rock or something, that can happen, and then you don't take the lead, probably. But generally speaking, you have a good chance of getting into first right then and there. A bit afraid of the Renault there, because for some reason the AI is a lot better at jumps and gains time there, and I don't like that, especially because there is a jump like right now and right ahead of the finish line, and you don't want to be overtaken here. That's kind of a bad spot, because the AI is actually decent through that corner and you can't really do anything then. It was a lot closer than I anticipated, considering the lead we had midway through the race, but I think it's alright. So yeah, it puts us into first, that gives us 20 points. Which gives us a pretty good position to tackle the rest of this championship from. This one a lot less about top speed. But it's certainly one that I enjoy. Probably my favorite cross-country race. let's just hope we can do a good job here again. There's no obvious spot where you can just drive past everyone, unlike in race 1, so a lot more difficulty and a lot more actual overtaking necessary. So you pretty much want to capitalize on people going wide here. That gives us 2 positions. And cut the checkpoints a little bit. And then you have a pretty good spot here where they are braking a little more than necessary, and you can normally dart in and get another position. Which we can. And we're being pushed over there. You don't really want to do that. You want to drive through the middle because jumping costs time. But the AI decided we're going that way, and he had a much bigger car, so we went his way. We take a much tighter line into this to end the first lap, and that gets us a little bit closer to him. To take a very tight line into this. You can drive this a lot tighter than the AI does, as you could see there. That gives you a pretty big advantage. Which puts us into third now. Now we want to go inside, and that worked pretty well. Keep him on the outside, maybe get our full car ahead. That's good. And now we try not to be pushed on top of those things. So we go through the middle. And they fall behind that other guy who went down the middle, so that pretty much shows why you shouldn't do that. It finishes lap number 2 in a reasonable position. I mean, we're first, obviously we're in a reasonable position, but I mean also as far as our performance and our lead as a whole goes. So I'm driving it a little less risky now because we are in the lead. Obviously now it's a lot more about managing that. Now we want to be early on the gas again. And that looks fairly comfortable. You can drive through the pins and all, that gives a lot of skill points, but right now I am trying to avoid things that cost time. And we are fairly comfortably ahead. That is a win in race number 2. But as you could see, it was a lot more work to actually get into first, so. You really want to make use of the first half of the track where you can cut the corners a lot. And really want to make sure you use those tighter lines to gain an advantage. I mean, you have a lighter car, you have a more nimble car, and a very controllable car, so you certainly want to make use of your advantages there. Now the Copper Canyon cross country, which I do not like, and where I would actually consider going for one of the SUVs, but not doing that here. I'm fairly confident we can perform in a pretty good manner. This is probably my least favorite of the three. I did like the circuit, and obviously the first race is very easy because you have a long straight at the start where you can overtake everyone, so those two certainly among my favorites. Now you can make up some ground here because they once again drive it very wide. That's kind of a story of this championship. Make use of your light car and take tight entries. And make sure you basically drive less of a distance with them. So that's pretty much it. Really don't take the corners very tightly. Let's split them here. Let's see what we get through here. This is very difficult if you overshoot the first corner, so you must be careful there, because when you overshoot the first corner you don't get the second one. And then you're, well, doomed. He went way too wide, we went a little too wide, or else we probably would have had him already. And well, now it's a race to finish line. I mean, even if we come second, that's fine. Because we obviously won the first two races, but obviously we want to win. Not getting him just yet. Where we went through too much water. And we don't have much left to get him. So now we mostly drive straight and he seems to have a little bit of a power advantage. So that's a second place to finish it, which I'm not a fan of, but you know. We had that chance to overtake him where we got really close, but I drove into his back instead. That was the mistake. We should have made use of that, but well, for a change we have 56 instead of 60 points. I guess I can live with that. Upload the shame, eh? And that gives us the euros. I'll probably gift that when we have it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can do this as well. I will post the tune code in the description. And until next time, farewell.